Yo, Real 92.3, Bootleg Kev, DJ Head,
West
special
Coast.
guest, the homie Baka, not nice, is here.
Chip.
Hey, man, I got to say, your song on the Top Boy soundtrack, I put it on my Spotify playlist that I put out every week. That shit is hard, man.
Appreciate that, man.
Shit with gigs.
My town.
Yeah, that shit's a vibe, man. Welcome
man.
to the United States. Welcome, sir.
Finally.
How hard was it for you to get over here? Because it's been a while. Like, obviously, when you had Live Up to My Name, you couldn't come over here, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what was the process of getting over here, and what was the big holdup?
Just lawyers and a whole bunch of money, basically.
They just want they cut.
Yeah. Basically.
When did you finally, like, were you able to get that green light where you could travel over here?
I think it's been about 4 months now. 4 or 5 months.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Man.
I always feel some kind of way though about Canada, like how they be tripping about us coming over there, and then everybody from over there be over here popping bottles and shit. I be like, that's a bitch.
Because a lot of us can't come over here, man, and we want to be over here. This is where it's at.
Yeah, shout out to, Preem's another guy. It took Preem a while to get over here.
Yes, sir. He here now, though.
He's everywhere. Everywhere in Hollywood you go, you see Preem. Like, dog, what is going on? Like, my guy's at every club, like 10 clubs at a time. Like, he's got like fucking body doubles or something.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the homie Preem. Give us a little bit of background. Obviously, for people who kind of don't know who you are and what your roots in music are, kind of give us like a background on who you are, bro.
Man, I go by the name of Baka, not nice. I was born in Montreal. I was in the streets for a while. Ended up in some trouble. Did a little stint down below. Came out, got blessed to meet the big dog, Drake, and ever since then, never looked back.
Yeah, so when you got out, you and Drake's, because I think that there's, I don't know if it's some folklore, were you Drake's bodyguard at some point in time?
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
Maybe
You held him down.
I held him down.
You held him down in some sticky situations.
Well said.
I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm from LA.
And this was after you got out.
Yes, sir.
And then did you guys have any sort of relationship prior to you getting locked up?
Prior,
yeah.
No, I didn't know him.
Was it always on some music shit when y'all did link, or was it like was your intention always to do the music shit?
Nah, it was never to do music.
Okay.
I was just there for him because, like I said, when I met him when I came out, he showed me so much love after the fact. Like, he basically just kept me around, and I just never left his side from that time. So
What year was this?
2005, 2006.
Damn.
So this was super
Oh, this is early.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
That's like Degrassi days ish.
Nah, man.
No, a little after.
It was the end of 2005.
Okay.
He already had the
Comeback
mixtape.
season.
He already had the mixtape.
Okay. So 05, you guys build that organic relationship, and then at what point in time does the idea for you to start making music come into the air?
That literally just happened like recently, man. Like when I put out "Live Up to My Name," I literally had started rapping like maybe like 2 months before that, 2-3 months.
That's like a crazy like all of a sudden you've been knowing this dude for so long.
No, because it was crazy because I had to figure my shit out, man. You know what I'm saying? You could only be that. What was the word you used?
Hold him down.
Yeah, you could only hold down somebody for so long, till like you got to start figuring out your situation
Your
as
own
well.
shit, yeah.
You got to figure out. Every man has got to figure out his own situation at the end of the day, and that's what I did. But I like I said, there was no like, okay, I'm gonna go do music now. It wasn't even like that. It just happened like by chance, kind of thing, man. To be honest with you.
So needless to say, you don't have anybody in your corner that necessarily has to hold you down because you kind of got that covered.
Yeah, I'm good.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm good.
So was "Live Up to My Name" the first record you recorded, or was that one of the first you recorded?
No, I recorded more records than that, but like that was the one that took off.
Was that the one that Drake heard and was like, okay,
Yeah.
we gotta make this official?
Right away.
You know the
Right
story with Kanye, like he would jump in the studio, like while everybody would leave and shit like that, recorded shit. Is that kind of like how you did your shit, or was it like he invited you to come do some music? Like, did you start like jumping in the studio on your own?
This is how it happened. So, like I said, I was trying to like figure out my situation. Again, I'm not thinking about rapping and all that stuff.
Right.
I'm thinking about some boss up shit. I'm like, yo,
Okay.
let me go find some kids. Let's go in the studio. Let's put something together. Let me put a team together.
Almost like you start your own labels.
An executive.
Yeah, and then I would have went back to the boy and be like, yo, listen to this shit. Who's hot? Who's not? Let's put a little squad together. Let me start my own. You know, that's what you need to do. Like when you're around people like Drake, you know, and if you're his friend and he wants to see you do good and progress in life, like bring a good business deal to him or a proposition
Idea,
to him,
yeah.
or idea, you know. So that's what my mentor was on, and so I did all of that, and then one day, all the kids, because I had like 9 of them, right? And one day, I don't know if it was a dare or whatever, but they said, like, go in the booth, man. And I went in the booth. Shout out Hyper, kid from back where I come from. And I went in the booth, and they dropped the beat. And I just started doing some shit, and they went crazy. And I didn't understand it at first. What made me understand it is when the engineer did his thing to it and played it back, I was like, nah, this is not.
Like it's too easy.
Yeah, but not really.
Oh, you felt like you hit a lick? Like,
yeah, I was like, whoa, I can do this shit?
Yeah.
This is kind of wavy. And then...
You hear that, Los?
And
this
then
is a lick. You know what I'm saying?
And then what happened was, I don't know, man. I must have sent one of the songs. I started making music now. I started making songs by myself away from
the kids.
Yeah.
Right.
No. Well, yeah, I did.
Right.
Yeah, I stepped away because it started getting too crazy in my city and all kinds of crazy shit was going on. But I'm saying I stepped away from even Drake and OVO.
Okay.
Like when on my own time, I was just dipping and going to the studio and getting working. And I don't know, like people were gravitating to the shit, and then there was people that wasn't, you know. But regardless, Drake heard one of my songs, and that's all it took.
So you did okay. Now, I mean, I don't know how real you want to keep it. You knocked out the first song by yourself, and then he heard that and wanted you to keep doing it. So okay, all right.
Basically, that's exactly what happened, man.
So take us back when. How long ago did you do that longer sentence? Like, you know, when you got out and met Drake, how long was that sentence?
I went in, I believe it was like 97.
Then got out in 05?
Yeah, because I got 13 years.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like 13 and a half years. So, yeah, it was for attempted murder, but I won my appeal. But it basically took all that time for me to get my appeal.
Just to get your shit right.
No, not even get my shit right. That's just how the government works.
Yeah. So, like, it's like...
They make you sit.
Yeah, we're going to appeal you in that 8 years that you were sitting here,
Well, it's because they got to get transcripts and all that shit, go back to talk to witnesses, have all the judges and the crowns and attorneys there at the same time, and it's just a whole bunch of hoopla, man, for real.
What's something, because I got, like, an uncle that's been down, and he said when he came out, like, he took a lot of that shit with him as far as the getting up at a certain time and all that kind of... Does that regiment play into... Still right now?
It's still with me. Still with me. Like... My boys laugh at me all the time because I get up every morning like 7:30, 6 o'clock, because it was like a regimen for me when I was down there. Like, you can't sleep in prison.
Ain't no sleeping in.
You'll lose your life. No, you'll lose your life because that's when people want to creep, when you're sleeping. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be up before everybody.
Yeah, when you hear that key jingling and you know the COs is opening the doors, you make sure you're up, do your rounds, walk around, make sure everything is stable. Rig your door, and then if you want to go back and lay down, you lay down.
You rigged the door? What do you mean?
I rig my door so, like, if you try to open my door,
you'll hear it?
You ain't gonna. I'm gonna hear it, but it's not gonna open for you neither. I just rig it, like I tie it up. There's a rope that I use, and I tie it to the bottom of my bed. So if you try to pull it, you got to pull my bed, and I'm on my bed. It's not gonna be an easy task. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna jerk or it's gonna make some noise, and I'm gonna get up.
Let me ask you this: out of the 13 years, how many times you been in your bed and you felt your bed move?
Not once.
Not once.
Because I was a different cat.
And nobody wanted to try you.
It's not. I don't want to say like.
Not like that, but I get
that could never have happened to me. But like the way how I was situated down there, I had a lot of respect and a lot of love because I did a lot for the people that was down there. I made a lot of people's lives easier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't need to get into
Yeah,
how
yeah,
or
no,
why,
no, I feel you.
but,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like I mean, obviously you have connections in the U.S. Do you feel like the Canadian system would be different than the U.S. system as far as jail? Like,
Hell yeah.
so which
Hell
one do you
yeah.
feel
Better
like?
or worse, you think?
Over here is worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of all this, like, I don't know if it's true, but like because I never done time over here, but like I hear about like all this like rape and shit and all that stuff. That shit don't happen where I come from.
No
Really?
rape shit going on in Canada.
Hell no, that shit does not happen in a penal system where I come from.
That's crazy.
It don't happen. There's too much Jamaicans, too much wild
I was gonna
Jamaicans.
say,
And they just, like, they're not standing for
Different values.
Is there
Yeah.
like the race like shit split up in jail in
Yeah,
Canada
yeah,
too?
that shit happens heavy. The race wars and all that shit. Yeah, that's heavy.
How is it? What are the dynamics
In prison, I'm not talking about on the streets.
No, I'm talking about
No, in prison.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about in prison.
Yeah. Because
Is
you
it-
have your different. You have. It's not so much like gangs. Really, it's more race because that's how they do it in prison. You have the natives. You have
So in Canada, what are the natives?
Indians,
Okay,
native people,
like
Native-
Nav
Aboriginal,
Indian.
Aboriginal.
Okay.
No, Aboriginal.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you would have like the niggas, and then you would have like the Chinese group, the Italian group. That's how they did it by groups, by different nationalities, and that's how the separation.
And this is you were locked up in the Montreal area.
Joyceville. It was called.
But
The
like,
area is called Joyceville.
did you catch your case like home from where you're from?
No, I left Montreal young. I left
Okay.
Montreal when I was like probably 11 or somewhere around there, and I went to Toronto.
Yeah, because it's such a different like people from Montreal, people from Vancouver, people from Toronto. It's so different.
Yeah, it is. But don't get it twisted. Montreal is crazy. It's a crazy little spot, man, for real.
And then also like you got to kind of did you have to grow up like learning French as well or some French?
Yeah. Okay, so at first my mom just had me in like a regular school where it was just French and English, but then she put me in French immersion because she wanted me to be bilingual because she just felt like it would be better for me, you know, which it helped me out in life because even like right now I still remember how to speak French. And sometimes it's crazy because I'll be with the boy or I'll just be by myself and it's just a weird situation like in an elevator and you're the only black person in there and then like 4 or 5 white people come in there and they're all French and then they start just talking French and
They don't know.
they don't know.
They
don't know.
They don't know. You already
know.
own them.
I know what's going on.
Listen, if okay, what's interesting though, like out here we learn Spanish because obviously Mexican influence, right? In Canada, is there any other languages that would take precedent, like other than French, like that you kind of have to know a little bit of, or
I believe it's English and French.
Okay.
In Canada,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's English and
Yeah.
French.
Okay.
Yeah.
English and French.
That's
what you
that's
learn.
so crazy to
Yeah,
me.
French and English.
Yo, Live Up to My Name is such an epic record. I feel like it was very big here, but I feel like it only could have been bigger if you would have been able to come here and promote it the right way. It did the clubs, and you know what I'm
Man,
saying?
I just want to apologize to all my fans. I wish I was here to turn up with y'all, but I know you've seen the videos though
Of
me
course.
across the board.
Man, you have shit pending and
Yeah.
things. Do you still gotta like when you move around? You still gotta check in and stuff like that.
No, I'm everything's done.
Everything's done.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's what's up.
I'm a new man. I'm paying taxes now, by the way.
Hey, say that again. You know, I'm paying all my shit.
Nice is paying
Hey,
taxes.
you guys get that that free health care and all that.
What's
over
the
there, you know what
Canadian
I'm
tax?
saying?
Is y'all shit
It's a
fucked
lot
up like
more.
ours?
No, it's more over there because they get free everything.
What is it?
What is our taxes right now? I think it's more than you guys, man.
It's more. They
West
get
Coast.
free health care.
At least that made me feel a little better. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but
Yeah.
they get like great.
I know y'all got
Stuff.
everybody got health care and shit like that.
Yeah, we got health care. I just walk in anytime I want.
You don't got no copay or nothing?
What's that?
Get the fuck out of here.
What is copay?
See,
Oh, this shit crazy, bro.
bro,
what
I'm
is
telling
that?
you. And what's cool is like if you're
What
in
the
Canada,
fuck?
you don't even got to be a citizen to get it. You can just pull up.
You just pull up?
You're out in Toronto, you break
we
your
care
leg.
about people, man. If you came to Canada right now, and you hurt yourself.
You
I
go
can
get
bring
free
you to
healthcare.
the we Canadian, man. Peacemakers.
Very nice people.
Nah, that's bullshit. We was just talking. We talked 10 minutes about your peacemaking. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a peacemaker, man.
West Coast.
Oh man. Talk about. I mean, obviously you got the Up record. And what? Give everybody kind of a landscape of what's in the future plans for you musically, man.
Man, I'm gonna keep dropping singles on their head top, and we're gonna get to an album soon. But right now, we just trying to establish ourselves. You know, we trying to get
Build the
everybody to
brand.
know us, build the brand. You know, get everybody to feel what we feel over here on this side.
Why is because obviously Drake's somebody who tapped in with the UK scene real tough, and obviously you hopping on a record with Gigs. What is the relationship, and why is it so easy for the Toronto or the Canadian vibes to match up with the UK vibes? Like,
It's very simple, man. London has this whole like Jamaican island vibe
right?
to it. Like honestly, man, they are so close to Jamaica. It's crazy. And us, it's the same thing. Where I come from, it's so multicultural. There's just, I mean, you got Jamaicans, you got people from China, you got the Iran, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Arabic, you know, all of them. So it's like it's an island thing, to be honest with you. That's what I feel like.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
You know,
Yeah, because I remember my boy Dre was like, "Yo, you go to Toronto, you better have like 30 Afrobeat records ready, or you ain't DJing in the club."
no, you gotta be prepared, man.
You gotta be
because
tapped in.
it's multicultural where I come from, man. Like the city's beautiful. Y'all never been there?
I never been to
I've
Toronto.
no.
I never been to Canada.
What?
My homies I used to run with, they wouldn't let them in when we was trying to go. So
You gotta come.
We
down
had
for
to turn
Caravana.
around.
I'm inviting you guys
Caravana.
to come down for Caravana / OVO Fest.
Okay. It's Caravana. It's a vibe.
If it's a vibe,
Hey, listen, I don't know.
hey, let me ask you this. I always wondered,
it's crazy. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Okay.
is racism a thing in Canada like that, or is that some US shit?
That's some US shit.
Okay.
And yo, honestly, I'll just say this. I mean, there's racism everywhere.
I'm
you know?
facts, but I'm saying
Yeah, but like I don't really.
we got whole organizations and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not like that where I come from. But don't get me wrong, it is there, but it's like it's hidden. You know, they'll smile in your face. That's the thing I'll say to you guys. Sorry, is the one thing I respect about America is the fact that you know where you stand.
that's
Like-
what I respect too.
Like, homeboy over there gonna tell you, listen, don't come over here because this is
Facts.
what it is. But at least you know how that person feels.
In Canada, they'll
You
feel
know
that
what-
way, but you won't know.
Yeah,
it.
you won't know.
Yeah.
But
Passive
it's
aggressive.
still- yeah, but it's very calm and it's not on that. It's not more aggressive. It's more passive.
I do feel
But you
like,
know it's there.
I do
Yeah.
feel like in general, like if you look at Drake's team or shout out to the XO squad, like just all the teams out of Canada, like very multicultural, very diverse.
Hella
Mhm.
diverse.
And that I feel like that's something you don't really see out here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
you look at like the homie Sal, like, you know what I'm saying? And Abel, like everybody's just like, whether it's repping Lebanon, Middle Eastern, or, like yourself, like I do feel like that's what's kind of dope about. I feel like the women in Toronto, the multicultural shit got to be a vibe, right?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
How much pussy you getting just because you rock the OVO chain? I'm assuming like that just is like a shoe in, like certain level.
We don't kiss and tell.
Okay, fair enough.
Listen, man. You
I feel like that OVO chain is good for some draws for sure in Canada. Shit, here for sure. You go to
real?
Calabasas, you could go hang out at the Rouse in
you don't even
Calabasas.
gotta go that far.
Wow.
You could throw a rock in. Never mind.
For real?
Here,
I didn't know that.
You know
Good
your
to know.
boy
I'll
kind of
give
runs
you,
it out here.
I'll give you a bag of rocks when we finish. You
I'm
know what
about
I'm
to
saying?
go get me a bigger one then so you can see it.
Are you a single man?
Yes, I am.
As you should.
Yes, I am.
Baka, not nice. Hey, question: was there? What can you share with us a sticky situation when you had to hold down Drake all those years? Because he's had his
Not really. I don't really like to.
nothing too crazy.
Nah. Everything been smooth, man. You see, when you're rocking with the right people,
Smooth.
smooth sailing, man. You might have a little rocky boat, but it's usually nothing that serious, brother.
That's fair.
You know,
That's what's
I'll
up.
be
man.
honest with you. Never nothing crazy. Promise.
Hey, you being around, obviously everything had calmed down by this time. Were you around for the reunion show with him and Meek? Were you a part of that show?
I wasn't able to come to America. For
That was here, man.
But
You're right.
yo, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, listen to me, man. Like, you know, real recognize real. So like when like for my boss to have an issue with a dude that I've never heard anything bad about,
Mhm.
just like good shit, and that he's a real one and all that stuff. It's kind of fucked up situation, you know, because
It's like a lose-lose.
yeah, you know. But I'm being real. I'm a man. I was happy when they squared that up.
That was
'cause,
big, bro.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hip hop needs that shit, man.
I agree.
Like, for real, man. Like, put all that bullshit aside. Let's make music and keep it jugging.
How
Yeah.
did you feel when the Pusha T thing happened? Because that kind of got personal on the like. Obviously, that's your guy, and I'm sure 40's fam to you as well. Because that shit kind of went left, if you will. And Push is somebody who's well respected in the culture and in hip hop as
You
well.
being a different caliber of person yourself. you
Yeah,
know?
I mean, how did you take that?
I was offended, but you got to understand something. If you're gonna disrespect my boss, my brother, my friend, or anybody on my team, I'm gonna feel offended.
True.
It would be weird if I didn't.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are my brothers. Those are the men that I eat with. You know,
Break bread.
break bread. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, of course I feel offended, but at the same time, I know that Drizzy Drake is a grown man and he can handle himself. If he needs me, he can call me.
He called, yeah.
You know, but I know what he can handle. And I know what he
Yeah.
can't handle.
Yeah, he been in the gym too. You know what I'm
He a
saying?
big dog.
Hey, so have you ever do you spar and shit like that? Like, what are you doing? You look like you in shape. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, honestly, brother, I'm just natural. You know that what's that dude called? Bo Nose?
Bonos.
Yeah, Bo. Isn't that what was his name?
No. You talking
That
about Bo
big-
Jackson?
Yeah.
Bo
Oh.
Jackson. Bo
They
knows.
call me, yeah.
Bo
Yeah,
Jackson,
Bo
yes.
Jackson.
I'm just natural, baby.
Nah, I feel you. Me too. This is
I'm
all
just
donuts and ice
natural.
cream and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what's up.
West
man.
Coast.
Well, yo, Baka, we appreciate you pulling up. Let's
And
get it.
Baka is nice, by the way.
Very nice guy.
You know what I'm
man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Very nice.
I fuck
guy.
with Baka.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, let's have you introduce the single, man, to the city. Let's go.
All right. LA. This is Baka Not Nice.
Yeah.
This is my new single, Up. Turn Up.
Let's go.